Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Devotions on this Friday morning. And you've got a whole weekend to look forward to. I hope it's going to be a good one for you. Today, I want to read a beautiful passage out of the prophet Micah. And I'm reading from chapter 7, verses 18 and 19. And it's a beautiful statement of the attitude of God towards us and how he cares for us. It says, "Who is a God like you, who pardons sins and forgives the transgression of the remnant of his inheritance? You do not stay angry forever, but you delight to show mercy. You will again have compassion on us. You will tread our sins underfoot and hurl all our iniquities into the depths of the sea." What a great God. And he says quite a few things about God here. The first thing he says is that there is no God like you, because the God, as he's revealed to us in Jesus, is unique. No other group has this kind of idea of God. There's grace, which is God's incredible love and mercy towards us that we don't always deserve. And then there's truth, which is the truth of righteousness and holiness, integrity, and all those good things, but particularly a God of love, grace, and truth. And then he says about God that he pardons sin and he forgives the transgression of the remnant of his inheritance. Well, you're the remnant of his inheritance. But there is no other place where you will find what God has done in order to forgive us and to cleanse us and to make us right with him. He pardons our sins. He is the only one who can. And the penalty that had to be paid because of our sinfulness was completely paid for through his son, Jesus. Wonderful character of God, always willing to forgive. And then we are told that he does not stay angry forever. You know, when a child is ill and the mother and the father are looking at this child who may be desperately ill, they get angry with this disease that is spoiling the life of their child. And that's the kind of anger I believe that God has when he looks at our human sinfulness, how we are prone to give in to temptation, where we lose our way. And God is angry with the kind of things that harm us and hurt us. We also make bad choices, I know that. But he's angry with that condition. But this prophet says you do not stay angry forever, because there's more to God than just being angry with what's gone wrong. We are told, in fact, in the next section, he delights to show mercy. He is far more ready to forgive than we are to ask for forgiveness. He delights to be able to cleanse us, forgive us, and then to draw us to himself, to embrace us, to bring us into the family of God, and for us to know the peace of sins forgiven. Because, as the prophet then says, he will again have compassion on us, because God remembers our weakness and he feels with our human frailty. And there is no condemnation in God. As it says in the New Testament, when Paul writes to Timothy, he says, "It is not the will of God that anybody should perish." His heart is a heart of compassion, feeling with us in our needs, feeling with us in our pain and difficulty and failure even. And then lastly, he ends off this description of the wonderful nature of God by giving us a few pictures. And these pictures are of what God does with our sin. The first thing he says is he treads the sin underfoot. When you've got a cockroach running across your kitchen, you get there and you put your foot down on this thing and you squash it to death because you want no cockroach near your cooking area. When God sees what affects and harms our human life, he puts his foot down on it and squashes. The other picture is that he hurls it into the depths of the sea, like taking this huge rock, just throwing it into the sea, and it just sinks to the bottom, and it never comes up again. And so it is with God's attitude towards our sinfulness and our sins. He casts them into the depths of the sea. And as I think he puts up a sign, no fishing. I've got one illustration of my own. Here you've got the word sin. I know it's back to front because of the way it's being filmed. But this is what God does to our sin. He takes a nice rubber and he simply rubs it out, never to be seen again. Well, may you learn to grow more in love with God because he is totally crazy about you. God bless you. And as I said, have a great weekend. Bye for now.